everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Claudia with Eat Color with Claudia. Today's recipe is truly special. It's perfect for a family gathering, friends, hangout, party, potluck. It's Crispy Parmesan Chicken Bites, and this recipe is downright irresistible. These chicken bites are crispy, juicy, and flavorful, and the creamy dipping sauce is smooth and tangy, a total game changer. Since this recipe is all about the layers of flavor, grab an apron and let's get started. First up, let's prep this chicken. I have 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast, and buy organic if you can for the best flavor and texture. I'm just putting some cling wrap on here. Gently pound the chicken breast with a meat mallet. The goal is to level out the thicker parts while keeping the breast nice and thick. About 3/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thick. Once they're nice and even, you want to cut them into 2-inch pieces, which is just the size to pick them up with your fingers and for them to cook perfectly evenly. Since these guys need to marinate, go ahead and just drop all the pieces into a large Ziploc bag. And now for the marinade, which is so important because this is what's going to give your chicken a ton of flavor and keep it super, super juicy. First, you want to grab some sort of shaker. I love this cocktail shaker, but I think they make salad dressing shakers. You can even use like a Tupperware with a lid. Whatever you have, this is what goes into this magic marinade. 3/4 cup of milk is the foundation of the marinade, and mayonnaise, 3/4 cups. This is going to really lock in that moisture. And now a little secret ingredient, powdered buttermilk. I love this stuff because unlike the liquid buttermilk that goes sour, like before you can even attempt to use the whole container, this powder, it lasts forever in your pantry. Just 1 teaspoon, it goes a long way, and it gives the marinade a subtle richness, which helps to tenderize the chicken. Put your lid on and shake it up. Shake it up real good. All right, flavor boosters, 4 tablespoons of melted butter and 4 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. And next up are the spices, which is pretty much a pantry raid. But I'm telling you, it's a perfect blend of flavors. 1.5 teaspoons of garlic, 1 teaspoon dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, and lastly, a 1/2 teaspoon of dried dill. And in they go. This is going to be so delicious. Let's just give this another shake. Now you want to pour half the marinade into the bag with all the chicken pieces. And now just massage it into the chicken. Now let this rest in the refrigerator. If you do it ahead of time, you could do it overnight or in the morning like me and just let it rest in the refrigerator for 6-8 hours. Because the longer the marinade is in this chicken, the juicier and the more flavorful this chicken breast is going to be. Now for the dipping sauce. And I feel like we're double dipping because we're using this marinade that we've already put together, but now we're going to transform it just by adding 2 ingredients. The first, 3 tablespoons of soft cream cheese. It's going to thicken it up and be extra delicious. And we want to put in about 1 teaspoon of some fresh lemon juice. Put your lid back on. Let's give it another shake. Okay, what you do now is put this in the refrigerator, put it alongside your chicken there, and let it just chill. How easy is this? And lastly, let's make the crispy coating for the chicken. We start with 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs, and you want to use the plain variety, and 1.5 cups of grated Parmesan cheese. And now for a very tasty garlic pepper seasoning, let me show you what we have. This blend has a touch of sweetness and warmth. We have 1.5 teaspoons black pepper, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon dried parsley, and 1/2 teaspoon light brown sugar. This is such a well-rounded seasoning blend that complements the chicken perfectly. Mix everything well with a fork. Look at this, just beautiful, blended. You can just see how tasty this is going to be. And now cover this with saran wrap. And you want to place it in the refrigerator with everybody else. And just let it chill until it's ready to be used. Yay, it's time to coat the chicken and cook them. The best part. Alrighty, so let's take all this chicken out of this luscious marinade and just kind of shake off some of the excess marinade. We got them all out. And now just take this bag and discard it. Pat them with a paper towel, slightly. We don't want them dry, but we do want to soak up some of the extra moisture. I like to work with just half of the breadcrumb coating at a time, just to make it easier to work with. Now pick up a few pieces of the chicken. To be honest with you, you just need to use your hands. You want to press firmly in there using your fingers and put lots of coating on there. If you like a thicker coating, just try to get even more breadcrumbs on there. Okay, and then we're going to place it over here. I went ahead and sprayed some non-stickum stuff on this rack here. So you want to place a rack on top of a baking sheet. So now you're going to have some leftover batter because this recipe actually is enough to make for 2 pounds. This chicken, you see, these are kind of big pieces. This is, of course, a great snack, great appetizer, like I said earlier, for game day. You know what, this is also a lunch. This is a dinner. The whole family loves these. All right, we got the last one on here. And now we want to let this rest. Rest here for 10 or 15 minutes. It's kind of a small thing, but it makes a big difference because we want the coating to kind of settle on each one of these chicken pieces so that when it bakes in the oven, nothing, drips off or anything, and everything stays on each one of these chicken breasts. 10, 15 minutes is perfect anyway because you got to wash up, clean up, and set your temperature on 400 degrees. Okay, in the oven it goes. Bake this for 20 to 25 minutes or until perfectly golden brown and cooked through. Just look at these golden beauties. I always double check and take the temperature when I take it out because you want it to be at least 165. Let me tell you, I just love the way this coating, this marinade, that the chicken in this recipe is so juicy and tender on the inside and crunchy and cheesy on the outside. Sprinkle some minced up parsley. Now, if you are serving this at a gathering, my suggestion is that you take your serving first and put them off to the side because there won't be any left on this platter, I promise you. Look how rich and velvety this dipping sauce is, and it clings to the chicken so perfectly. Oh my goodness. That tangy creaminess with a touch of all the herbs in there, it just brings these chicken bites over the top. This is a real wow. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe and tell all your friends about Eat Color with Claudia. And until next week, y'all, bon appetit.